I see the light. Oh, no light. Just you.
Well, going back to what we're here for today, you guys are here promoting your new project, right? What was it called again?
Black the Short.
All right, awesome. Without trying to give too much away, can you kind of describe your character that you play in this?
So I play Lila. She is essentially your like typical, almost cheerleader-ish type.
Yeah.
Kind of your popular girl type character. Meaning she can be a bit snarky at times too.
So how did you kind of like approach this role though? Kind of like, do you channel any kind of like characters like into this?
Yes, definitely. I definitely called on some of my past experiences playing Mean Girls in past shows, and comparing it to other characters. It always helps me if I'm trying to get into the mind of a character to compare it to one that I'm more familiar with. And this one definitely screamed Heather Chandler from Heathers.
Wait, so people who don't know, who is Heather Chandler?
A bitch. In short,
okay.
Heather Chandler is your queen bee. She's the head of a group of girls.
Yeah.
She's always bossing people around. She rules the school. She's the one that every teenage girl was scared of in high school. And some of the teachers too.
So she'd be like leading the other girls around to bully or pick on the other girls,
pretty
right?
Much.
Okay, so you said in the past that you, in your stage plays, you mostly played the I don't know how to word it, but you said it was the the slutty kind of.
Yes.
Okay, but like, taking it into this role, like, did you like learn anything from this experience, or did you? You said you had experience kind of playing the queen bee kind of role, like in that, like, so did you like pick up anything new from this that you could like probably move forward with any other projects?
What I picked up with this one was being able to play that strong queen bee type and still show some vulnerability. She doesn't much, but there are definitely times where she's still vulnerable and still shows emotion and shows that she may be this strong-willed head girl type, but she's still a person. She still has emotions. She still has these memories, and making her into a three-dimensional character instead of your just stereotype.
So like going back, like the reason why her character is like try to like avoid it, but the reason why her character is so upset is because of a tragedy that occurred. Like, do you think her way of trying to justify her anger, do you think it kind of fits with it, or because like when something so bad happens, it completely changes who you think a person is? Like, do you think that kind of rings true like in real life? Like, if so, like a major event happens, that could like change you for the rest of your life, so where you're like completely different from who you were before.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen before. You will have someone who's like this at one point. Something happens, and then they seem to be a totally different person after that. Sometimes it means that that experience has kind of woken them up, and it's kind of revealed who they actually are. And sometimes it means that it's pushed them into a place where they're hiding who they actually are. But tragedies or big events in any way definitely will change how people act.
Yeah. So like, how did you actually like get involved with this role? Like, how did they find you for this?
I got involved with this because of an acting class I was taking at Midland Tech. My final for that class was to do a mock audition, and the teacher ended up bringing a couple people in from around Columbia that could potentially use people that were in the class, and I got lucky enough to be picked for that, and that's how I was discovered for Black, and also got an A on the final, so kill two birds with one stone.
So this is great. So have you done like many like recorded like content like for like short films or anything like this recently?
I haven't. This is actually the first time that I've done any kind of short film type thing. I think the only other kind of film acting I've done before is being extras in a car commercial.
So basically the ensemble, like in the
yeah, pretty much.
Like, but yeah, I haven't played you as a kite or anything, right?
No kites yet.
Oh my god! Ever since you told me that's all I'm thinking about. Like, how? It's not even a kite, a fourth of a kite.
A fourth of a kite. There were 2 people holding me up on this side, 1 person holding on my legs, and that was the top of the kite.
So like, did they cover your face, or like were you animated like kite that's talking to these people?
I wore, you know, the kites that are like, you have a yellow square here, green one here, red one here, and like a blue one here. I was the red part of the kite. So I was in all red.
That seems so common. Why can't they just get a kite with some like fish string and just...
Oh, they had that too. They came in from the ceiling. But those weren't people. Those were just props. We had Mary Poppins flying in. No, they had it so that they could have something happening other than just people with kites on a stick.
Yeah.
They did it so they could have the kites be dancers too, and somehow put dancers in that number.
Well, would this be one of your first like kind of like film contents that you're doing? Like, how was your experience with it? Like being fairly new to like this new kind of medium.
It was different. It's a lot different than what I'm used to since I'm used to theater. Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot, but it was definitely a new challenge because I'm used to when I'm in performance mode, mm-hmm. I'm used to have rehearsed this for months. You know exactly what you're doing. I'm used to when you're performing, it's one and done because that's
it. That's all you get.
That's all you get. And I'm used to hearing reactions mm-hmm. immediately. I'm not used to doing it and saying, okay, this will be edited this way or this will show this way.
Different
because
and everything.
With theater, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
When you're performing, you have everything. There's no editing things into it. There's no putting a voiceover in later or something like that. But anytime you're filming, like if you've ever seen the production photos from like Beauty and the Beast, you've got Emma Watson in the Belle dress and everything, and then you've got a dude in a green screen costume.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's. You said like you've seen these productions before, like when they're actually like making these musicals, and then you see how they make them on like films and stuff like that. I could just imagine that, like working with a green screen, how they would do that like Broadway, where they had the Beast. Like I could just imagine a huge costume that person would just be wearing. Like, I mean that's kind of the stuff that I do like that a lot of like movies, like Hollywood movies, don't have. It's like the spontaneous stuff, like like it's the actual person in the actual suit, like giving you these lines, or like Hollywood is like, all right, so that's probably like really like heavy CGI. Yeah. Like I mean that's another thing too. Like how I don't know how like some people like can act like as like CGI actors. Like Dan Stevens, the guy who played Beast in the movie. Like I don't understand. Like I barely saw him in that movie, but like I mean they say it's his voice and everything like that, but there's just something missing that you don't get with like Broadway plays. Like, can you ever see yourself like going into that, like having been like so deep into like stage plays, that like going to like a production where like half is like CGI, where we're trying to like give emotions to like a tennis ball or something like that?
I mean, I'd love to try anything. Like I said earlier, any chance I'm given to act, I'll do it. I love it, but I definitely feel like my heart is in the theater. Like when I get to do that. Get those real reactions from the audience and around me. And plus something I love about doing stuff in theater that you just can't get with film is when you're in theater with that one and done type thing, that means it doesn't mean people will mess up. People definitely mess up. That means that things will mess up, things will go unexpected, and you have to go with it. You got to figure out what to do next.
Exactly. So you got to be like quick on your feet. Like everything could be like everything's new almost basically, because like anything could happen in between those takes.
Especially, I've been in productions that had animals in them, and when you're doing community theater productions and using animals, you're not going to have like highly trained animals.
Found this dog outside. We're gonna
yeah. Well, I was in one theater had squirrels running around the top before because they had an infestation.
They just went with, they're like, oh wow, that's so cool. They got squirrels up there.
Well, it was into the woods, so it kind of worked.
I can just imagine a stagehand like I got a bunch of squirrels outside. Just let them go.
But no, with theater, you have to go with what you're given, and sometimes that'll mean a dog that is supposed to run across stage, and they just went, no, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah.
Because dogs will listen if they want to,
Yeah.
but sometimes they won't. And so you've got child actors who are supposed to be interacting with dogs, trying to figure out what to do because the dog won't come to them.
I can imagine how awkward like the kids did. Like, what do I do? But that's crazy. Like, so your journey took you from stage to film, but like, how do you think the transition is for like opposite? If someone was like a film actor and now trying to go into like Broadway, like what do you think the challenge is for like someone who mainly did like films and now going to like Broadway and live performances?
I feel like that would be a harder transition. The transition is difficult both ways because, like I said, for me, going to theater from theater,
They're like
to
two
film,
almost like different things, basically.
Yeah, because from going from theater to film, you can still act, but you have to learn to kind of not make it so big because on stage you're used to doing big motions.
Like grants, like getting their attention right there and then, but there you got to be more nuanced.
But on film you have to be more nuanced things, so you have to learn to tone down a little bit, and you have to learn to be okay with doing different shots over and over.
You got to be very meticulous where your eyes are, where your hands are, everything like that.
But going from film to stage, I think, would be even harder because when you go from film to stage, you would realize that those little tiny nuances that you do on film,
they don't
matter because the audience can't see them.
like
maybe the first row can see them.
Yeah, no different angles because like literally the only like perspective you get is where the audience is sitting.
Exactly.
So that's crazy.
With going from film to stage, you'd have the problem of you have to learn to make bigger motions where a whole auditorium can see you. You have to learn to project your voice. You have to learn to deal with the strain of constantly projecting your voice. Because even doing a stage whisper is about the same as what you would usually speak on camera. And then you have to learn that there's no second takes. You forget a line, you got to figure out how to deal with it. There's no going back on it. You have to learn to do it all in one shot.
So do you think it'd be like as like a professional tip, do you think that it'd be better for like people who are looking to get into acting to start with stage?
I definitely feel so, because if nothing else, there's more opportunities in stage because there's constantly rotations of productions, whereas in film, they did this film. It's done, unless there are reboots of it. So with theater, there's constantly productions of something. So I feel like it would be easier to get into to start building experience, and I feel like it would teach you more valuable skills that can be transferred to film. Whereas if you start in a film,
you're limited.
You transfer
already,
to theater, and then you have to learn more skills. You will know most of the skills you would need in film learning from theater.
But which side do you think is easier to succeed in, either in film? Because like you either go to LA to be a film star, or you go to New York to be a theater star. You know what I mean? Like which one do you think is easier to break into?
I think it depends on your definition of success because like for me, I said my definition of success would be able to make a living doing what I love. That really could go either way. I think it would probably go easier. Actually, I don't know.
So like, what do you think you'd have easier transition, like trying to make a big name for yourself in Broadway, or making a big name for yourself in Hollywood? Which, because nowadays with today's platforms and everything like that,
I think I would do easier with theater, if nothing else, just for the background that I have with it. But yeah, like I said, with film, the biggest problem with film breaking into it is there's so many less opportunities because there's not constantly people doing productions. There's not really doing it all over the country because, of course, for theater there's Broadway, and that's the big one that people usually think of. But there are tons of productions all around the country.
See, I thought that too, because like I thought it'd be easy the other way, because with today's like you already have people who have platforms already like make their films and stuff like that, like YouTube, like instead like 20 years ago when they didn't have like social media to help them out. But like nowadays, I think it's I thought it would be harder to like get into like plays, because now you have to have a whole production to do a play. So it's not like unless you want to do one of those one person plays or whatever like that. But it's like you have to have like literally a whole team. You have to have director, you have to have actors, you have to have like composer, or everything like that. Like it's no small part to put on like a theater show itself.
Yeah.
Like do you agree with that? That like it's kind of harder. Like there are more job opportunities there, but like it's easier to make your own like film than it is to make your own play.
Oh, for sure. Make your own film. It wouldn't be a good film, but all you need is a camera and one person.
Basically, yeah.
Look at YouTube. You got a whole bunch of 12-year-olds making their own films. But to put on production of a play and actually put it out anywhere, you either have to write your own play, which is work in itself, or you have to get the rights to do a play, which will cost money for each production you do. You have to get enough actors to fill roles. There are plays that are smaller cast with only one or two people, but even with that, you have to have a place to do it. You have to have sound, music, everything.
So do you kind of see like today's like theater culture like shrinking? Because like I thought with today's like kind of like ADHD like mentality with everyone's like they want that instant gratification, they want to get their name out right now, like where like theater is like more of like a slower burn, because like I said, like you're only able to show it to whoever is there, and compared to like people now who just like show it to like the millions whoever click on it or whatever like that.
I feel like the theater population has gotten a bit smaller, but I don't think it will ever die out.
It's more cutthroat now then, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's something that's never going to die. It's theater in
it's like singing
its
or
smallest capacity is like the original form of
theater.
Entertainment. That's where television came from. It's where film came from. It's like the grandfather of all of these
entertainments.
Yes. I don't think it will ever die. It may get smaller, it may get bigger at times. With the productions of things like Hamilton coming out, you see it get bigger and bigger every time.
Then Manuel Miranda, I think he jumped over from Hamilton to the new Mary Poppins too.
Yeah.
And like that's the crazy, because like do you ever see that, like people going from stage to like film instead of vice versa, people going from film back to stage? Like
people do that all the time.
Is people in theater, like, do you think a majority of them have like an end game of making it to film? Like that's the premium, or do you think it's like it's either way? Like they're both level fielded at that point.
I think it could go either way. I feel like more people that are in theater are probably going to want to stay in theater because, like I said, you get used to that rush and you get used to that, I guess, gratification of being there with the audience. It gets hard. It would be hard to change from that to being in a studio filming things and never actually see the audience.
Do you ever think there's like some like kind of level of disrespect that like theater actors get compared to like Hollywood or film actors like that, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm an actor, I'm an actress, like, oh really, what have you been? Oh, I was in a play on Broadway, and then like, oh, you said like that. See, they think that like, you know, unless you're in movies or TV shows, you're not really an actor until that. But like if you said, oh, I won an Academy Award, like, oh, I won a Tony Award, like there's like they're like, what's a Tony?
Yeah, there's definitely some double standards there. I feel like there's less of a double standard for girls as there is for guys, because like with guys, if a guy in high school were to do like the school play, he risks being called gay or getting made fun of for
that's
it.
True.
However, those same people that would mock him for doing
theater
are watching movies and probably love, like, I don't know, Avengers or something.
Yeah, so based like that.
That have male actors in them. There's a double standard that
is true.
People don't even compare, that it's the same thing. That those people probably started in some capacity in
theater or something like that. And it's crazy too. Like, I remember Adam Devine, one of the actors, he was talking about that, like how when he was talking to his dad, he said like, oh, like my dad really approved me being an actor, but like, you know, like, but like as I'm getting like my makeup done for like this interview backstage, just like that, like for all these movies, like I just did a movie with Robert De Niro. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I really like Robert De Niro. Like, yeah, he does makeup too.
Yeah.
So it's honestly just that whole mythos of like, oh god, like, you know, you're just doing like Broadway until you can make it to Hollywood or something like that. Where like people's like, maybe Broadway is like the destination to be at. So like, but you're not deterred from any of that, right? Where like people, no. Well, we went on a little bit of a tangent there. 'Cause it's just such an interesting like story. I've never really been able to talk to him about like stage and theater plays because like honestly I like them. I wish I could go to see more of them, but like
there's tons around Columbia.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like now with like I said with the ADHD mentality, like we want to see it. We want to see it now. Like we got Netflix, we got YouTube. Like just pop it in. Like I want to watch it right now. But like it's the same thing like with going to the theaters. Why people are going to like movie theaters less nowadays. It's like they just don't want to go. But it's like a movie theater. That's okay, but like if you go to a stage theater, that's completely different. I wish more people would go to stage theaters because like it's not like I'm gonna watch I watched the Avengers movie like 5 times in the theaters. Yeah, that's great. But like when you go to see a play like 5 times, it could have all the same actors, but maybe something like it'll never be the same. It will never be the same again.
There's one play I cannot remember the name of it, but there's one play that. I think it relies on like audience participation, and the ending changes.
Just like based on that, like it's like you can't get that with like if you go to a movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you for your time for stopping in. But any final words or thoughts about Black coming out that you're hoping the audience might like or might pick up or anything like that?
I feel like there should be something, but nothing's coming to my brain.
It's always the same thing. All right, like I said, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all the success over at Disney World.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I just want to take this time to thank our sponsors at JVC for hooking us up with all our auditory needs. If you're in the market to get some new headphones, don't forget to check out the JVC's HRX 330s. You see us rocking here. Very comfortable, very loud. JVC, where affordability and quality reside. I'd also like to thank our partnership with Unprofessionals Productions for helping us promote their new project coming out. And I also like to thank our guests for today. We have...
Hi guys, my name is Zanna Mills. I play Lila. Check out our new project, Black the Short by Unprofessionals on YouTube, coming out on February 1st.